Hi everyone, how's it going?
I am here. Are we on?
How is it going? Can you all hear us? We have a little dinosaur. I'm just going to general space. Did you just put on the screen as I was getting rid of that? God. But how is everyone doing? Today's stream is going to be a little bit different. We are going to be doing a live stream, the two of us. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, so I was just fixing those out. But we have a very cute dino mic, and I hope you're all doing well.
So cute.
So cute. Yes.
Even though he is playing havoc with the microphone.
Yeah, he's playing havoc. He's not playing ball, but so this is Sam, my husband. You may have seen him from occasions such as bringing me a cup of tea or
lurking in the background
while streaming. But today he's here and he's going to give Novelcrafter a go. We're going to see how he does. He's going to make a story, and yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. So we won't be pushing on people's comments as much because we're going to be doing this, but it's all going to be a bit of fun. So for posterity and all that, Sam has no experience of Novelcrafter other than what he's heard through eavesdropping on meetings and brainstorming sessions. So he hasn't actually used the software before.
Nope.
So yeah, we're just going to see how he does, give guidance, and if anyone has any suggestions or tips for him, feel free to just holler them out. And yeah, we're gonna do well.
Hopefully so. I am a noob and a guinea pig.
A noob and a guinea pig, but also a hamster. Yes. But
yeah.
Yes. Do you want to?
What am I doing?
Well, look at the screen.
Okay, I'm looking at the screen.
You've just logged in for the first time on Novelcrafter.
I have indeed. Wait, where's the mouse? There's two mice. Oh, it's there. Is that not working?
The trackpad.
Yeah, it's not doing
the trackpad isn't working. Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, welcome to Novelcrafter. For an individualized experience, please answer the following questions.
Yes, answer the following questions.
Have you ever written
speak
before?
Up.
Okay, yes, just for myself. Am I planning on working with AI? I'm going to go with yes, but never used it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I have never used it.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Emery. Hi, Mahari. What drink are you having, Joe? So this is a new welcome page for those of you who are already members of Novelcrafter. And it's saying, you're going to need to connect to an AI vendor.
Yes. That is something I vaguely heard you talk about these things. I've never done these things. I've never done anything AI related. This way AI costs less for you and allows us to focus on improving the rest. Okay. I mean, I assume you've got that sorted for me because I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'll get that. I'll help you get that sorted.
Tick the little box disclaimer. I understand that Novelcrafter does not cover AI costs. How did you hear about us? I'm going to go with friend family. I think that's what you are.
Yeah, I think I'm friend or family.
Friend or family. Okay, got it.
Okay, welcome to Novelcrafter. Let's get you started with your first project.
Okay, this is where I import my secret manuscript that you didn't know about.
Yes, you've actually written a manuscript. I'm like, wait, what? You're also an author? Ooh, dirty chai.
Ooh, nice. Is that me or is that just not clicking? Oh, there we
That's
go.
just you.
Okay, I was just clicking dodgy. Okay, I'm about to write my next masterpiece, so let's get started. Okay. Oh my god, details, title. I mean...
if you don't know what you want to call the novel, you can just click surprise me.
Will that just name it for me?
Yeah.
I mean...
You can just keep clicking if you wanted to, or you could name it something.
I'm just going to have a look at a few, but I feel like we've got an idea, right? So
yeah, you have an idea. Sam has a plan, so what do you want to call it?
I have thought of a plan for what I'm going to write. So, let's see. Oh, we did come up with a name, didn't we? We came up with a title, a working title.
Oh, damn it. Yes. I can't remember what the working title is, though.
It was something like Dogs and Chaos, basically.
Take a shot.
Sammy,
And
it's not a series.
It's not a series. You've
and
not
it
done
is
anything.
General English.
Although,
General English.
do you want to?
What?
Well, I mean, general English is not necessarily what you would write it in.
Why? What's the difference?
Like, I'm not actually sure, but I think general English is more Americanized.
But there's also US English there.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
If someone could tell us what the difference between general and US British or English is, you know.
You're the teacher. If you don't know,
I don't know the difference. It's like, you know, saying, I don't know
Okay.
what the difference between Australian English and Canadian English is.
Yeah, if anyone knows what general English as opposed to
British or
yeah. But yeah, I mean, any kind of English works. Did you know? Pinnable snippets. I'm learning. Okay. I can pin codex entries, snippets, and chats to the side panel for easy access by selecting the pin icon above the floating box. This feature is unavailable if you're using a small screen mobile. If you have a large screen, it is possible to pin multiple items. Show me tips on startup. You can change this later.
So it's ticked. So
yeah. So once I know everything,
yes.
It's like a video game. Once I know everything, I can get rid of the how-to.
Yeah. Or if you're let's game it out, you just ignore it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
preview your prompts.
You don't have to read them all if you don't want to. But
okay. I mean, I'll figure that out later. I don't really know.
I mean, this isn't a tutorial, so this comes up every day. So every time you load
so it's
up,
not just like all the things I need to know. It's just random info.
No.
Oh, okay.
Which maybe is something we should maybe say. It's like a tip of the day. So every time you start up,
like a loading screen.
Yeah, it's like a loading
I just
screen.
figured it was like all the things I needed to know before I start. Okay. So my codex is empty. I can create a new entry by clicking the button above. There is no book here. Okay. So, I guess where do I start?
Where do you want to start?
Do we need to do the whole AI thing? Are we doing that?
We can connect to AI if you want. I think there's like over 30 tips. Well, if you want to know where to start, why don't you have a little look at in the bottom left-hand corner. There's a handy little education symbol here.
There is.
Oh, I wonder when this came.
It's not help.
No, that with the number.
The little...
Yeah.
1 out of 5. First steps, tutorial. How helpful and interesting. Okay, writing basics. Create your first project. That's ticked. So I've done that.
You have done that. Look, you've made it. It's here.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Add ideas to a snippet. Jot down some rough ideas and/or research for later. So that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Add a codex entry. Start your story's encyclopedia lore book by adding your protagonist, AI features, summarize a scene, chat with your story. Okay. I mean, so you have to
not at the moment. I think we are going to have buttons to allow you to do it.
Okay.
But if you click plan,
yes,
and then click write.
Okay. Oh, so these like
so you can see here, we've got there's nothing here yet.
Okay.
But so you can add your first scene. I'm just showing that.
Okay. So that's a scene, and then snippets.
Snippets is up here. Yes.
So a scene is like an actual bit of the book.
Yeah.
And then a snippet's just like a
it's just like random notes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can go there and click.
Into your scenes, create a new snippet by clicking the button above. New snippet.
New snippet, yes.
Okay. Name your snippet. Okay. Story idea.
And then you may notice from the first tip of the day, there is a pin button.
Yes, there is a pin button. Where does it pin it? As in just
pin it and find out.
Right there. Okay.
Yes. So you can close it if you want. You can move
right,
it,
okay.
but
so it's just sort of like that.
Yeah. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just that, and again.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. Maybe zoom in a bit. Sorry,
literally, I've seen and heard Kate use and talk about Novelcrafter a lot, but I have never actually done it myself. So I'm like,
yeah. So what I was doing was just changing the screen size. So that wasn't a Novelcrafter thing. So I was like, I can do this.
Fair enough.
You will also notice in the bottom left corner.
Yes.
It's now saying 2 out of 5.
It is because I've done a snippet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made a snippet. There's not actually anything in there.
No, but... Okay, so let's see Sam's story idea. What is his story idea? What notes is he writing in here?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very good at typing. Well, I'm not used to this keyboard before.
Yeah, to be fair, this keyboard's quite small.
It's always into the dog.
Oh, the real cat, as opposed to Kate, on Discord says, this is so surreal to watch. You're doing great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's kind of weird to be streaming. My first time, apart from in the background.
Hey, your
Okay,
first time
that's
as the
cool.
protagonist.
Hope I'm not doing terribly.
No, absolutely not.
Some reasons listed due to practical reasons. Let's see. Wait. Until now.
Until now.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. You've got your story idea.
Yeah. Okay. So this is telling me to add a codex entry, which is, I'm guessing, up here.
Yes, the codex.
Yes. Okay. So the codex tier stores information about the world the story takes place in, its inhabitants, and more.
And more.
By clicking the button above, and more. So I have heard of the codex.
Yes.
I know it's like a big important Novelcrafter thing.
Yeah,
this
it's like where
its
you
USP.
Yeah, you like organize everything,
Yeah.
and you can have your characters and your places and like the random obscure bits of lore, like the one time Kate snuck a dog into the house to try and get one, and then you realized when you were like, what is that under the curtains?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a dog hiding there, or something like that. The hypothetical ways I tried to get a dog in the house.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll start with characters.
Yes.
Because that's what we know. Okay. So, I mean, there's me.
There's you, yes.
I'm a character.
And you might have aliases or nicknames,
I mean,
like other things that you're called.
yeah. I mean, I guess really it would be Sam, and then my alias would be Sammy, but...
No, you might be Sammy in this, so you could be like Sam there.
Let's go Hamster. That's my alias.
Your alias is Hamster.
Yes.
You are also called Hamster.
Hamster was actually one of my real life nicknames.
Samster.
Yes.
Samster, Hamster.
Description. Be concise. So this is just summary
You
of
might
me.
also notice there's a new symbol, this little question mark. Maybe you should click on it
Wait, where?
next to description.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know it's new because I've never seen it before.
That's sorry. Yeah, that would also.
No, that's for other
Yeah.
people. Okay, description. Okay, bring your codex entries to life by giving them descriptions. Okay, so this information is seen by the AI when your codex entry is meant to answer the prompt. Okay, so stuff that you put in here can go into the story.
Yeah, basically the AI will see anything that's in the description. There's different things you can add, like.
Okay.
That's
cool. Description. A curly haired
human.
Let's see. How would I describe myself?
Human.
Yeah.
With.
I was gonna say more something like.
Okay, like more like descriptive wise.
No, like.
The best segue, Kate. Oh, I know. I'm great at segues. I'm kind of sad that this microphone wasn't working, and so I couldn't just like chat through the dinosaur.
I know it's a secret to why the magic
Yeah.
of the little dinosaur.
I know.
It's cute though.
It was going to be so adorable. Or SA says that they're going to share this video with friends that want to learn Novelcrafter.
Or hopefully they can understand it.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it sounded clear enough. It's not too mumbly, is it? So, because the AI might not know what slight F is.
Right.
It might be that you want to put a lore entry of what slight F is.
Okay. No, that makes sense actually. Yeah. Okay.
So if you go
right.
yeah.
So that's my character.
Yeah. So you can no. So that'll change your
so
that
that's
entry.
What
Yeah.
one is, right.
So you might want to make a new entry.
Okay. New entry. Okay.
Okay. Sound is great. So
awesome. Okay. Lore. Okay. Slight F.
And is there other ways that you might
Effort. F.
slight effort?
E.
Oh, E. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But any small amount
Yes.
of I feel like Yeah.
Yeah, it's not proper F.
Yeah, it's not actual F. Like actual F is like, so say if like you and your partner were on the sofa and like one of you was going up to the loo and you'd be like, oh, could you make me a cup of tea? That would be slight F to make. But if you were the one sat down and they asked you to make the tea, that's actual effort because you've got to get up and get yourself in motion. If anyone was wondering about the distinction between slight F and F.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't need to go that far in the law, but I could. Okay.
That's the kind of thing you could say.
Right, okay. So I'm going to add a new character. That's going to be you.
Me?
Because you're in the story.
Oh my god, yes! I'm in the story too!
You are! Okay. E.T. I don't know. Like that
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you might notice now, you typed in Sammy and it's underlined.
Oh, it is. Okay. Does that mean it knows who Sammy is?
Click on it.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, so you can see codex entries and also on Sammy, just like slight F.
Yeah, and then oh my god, can I get
So you can like then access, so it allows you to kind of like, so these are mentions and they come across like the entire novel. So it's basically like when you see something that is underlined, it kind of helps you know about the code. You can like quick refer to the codex entries. The real cat, so my life is a giga F. Maybe it's Geth.
Yeah.
Like great F. Like Geth, I feel. Like, because the whole point is you're meant to like condense the word. So giga is too much effort to say.
Yeah.
Geth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if general English is the speaking style that news reporters are taught, a nebulous Midwest accentless accent. Maybe it's also BBC British or something.
Now because I'm thinking it's like a mix between British American English, I'm thinking of that like transatlantic old-fashioned accent.
Oh,
you know, like the posh.
Yeah, posh American. Yeah, maybe.
I would do it, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know voices. Okay, so that's you, dog-loving wife, adorable but often unintentionally chaotic.
And sometimes intentionally chaotic.
That is true. Right. Okay. What else should I add?
What else do you want to add for your story?
So I've done all these things apart from the AI features. Summarize the scene and chat with your story.
So you've not got a story yet to chat with, and
So what other things do we got? I guess we'll add location, which is home.
Yes.
I feel like it's going to be set at home.
Yeah. You don't need to use aliases and nicknames. It's just kind of like
I just wanted to fill all the boxes.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Where we live.
Maybe like you could put a key feature of the house, like say if you wanted something to get mentioned, maybe like a sofa with only 2 seats. Yeah. Maybe cozy British vibes.
Okay, yeah.
And cluttered or something like that. As a disclaimer, this is not our house. This is too much room for our house.
Oh god, yeah.
We're giving you a false impression of our house.
Cozy, cluttered, British, townhouse, semi. Do Americans know what semi-detached is?
I don't know. Do Americans know what semi-detached is? Just put it.
A thing?
Well, I mean, the AI knows what semi-detached is.
Yeah.
So,
the relations tab in the codex. What could that be? Okay. Cozy, cluttered.
Finish your sentence first.
Okay. Cozy, cluttered, British, semi-detached. That'll do.
Yeah. Okay.
So
relations was mentioned. Why don't you have a little look at that?
Yes. Okay. So codex. So when it says relations,
so if you click on a codex entry, go back onto your codex entry.
like on an entry. Okay.
You see there's a relations tab.
Right.
And basically you can add connections to build up like a network of information. Okay. So you say if you had Sammy, go on you.
Go on me. Okay.
Yeah.
And
whenever you're spoken about, you're like, okay, well, the concept of slight F is integral to you.
Okay.
If the character, like, if it's going to be writing about Sam, it needs to know about slight F.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, yeah, slight F.
And so now this means that whenever Sammy is mentioned in the AI context,
yeah,
it will also know about slight F.
Okay.
So it's like DJ.
Yeah, that's good. That's helpful. I also see that Americans do understand semi-detached.
That's good.
I don't know how it works. America's so
Big.
different. Yeah. I just imagine them all having big detached houses or
Yeah.
apartments, flats.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It might be that, say, at this point, you are like, okay, well, so what are the other characters in the story?
Right.
They're
Dogs.
presumably dogs,
There's
but
gonna
you're
be
like,
dogs.
you don't know anything about the dogs.
Yeah.
So it might be you want to like brainstorm about potential dogs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So for this, we'd go into chat. So you might want to close your premise.
Okay. Close.
Yes.
Okay. So that was the...
Yeah.
Okay. So, chat. Your chat history is empty. Conversation with AI assistants. Okay. So do we need to add the AI?
So we'll need to connect to AI.
That is a thing.
Yes. So click on new. So if you want to click on, if you go to prompts.
Because as I know from the disclaimer, and I'm sure everybody who uses Novelcrafter knows, it does not come with AI embedded in it.
Absolutely. Everyone absolutely knows that when they sign up for Novelcrafter.
Thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So prompts. What you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
oh my God, there's so many
yeah,
things.
you can see all these things, but like you're like, okay, well, you can't use any. So if you scroll down,
Yes, not gonna lie, this is like not intimidating, but a bit intimidating.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's just different types, and like it's just everything kind of categorized into folders.
Yeah.
Like imagine this is like your, like kind of like your folders in like Word, and
Right.
you've got your different like files of research or whatever. So we go configure AI. Now, I know we could have just clicked on the profile icon and gone to configure AI, but I have an overlay at the moment that if Sam had gone there, it would have clicked on and things would have gone chaotic. So I didn't instruct him to go that way purely for the concept of this video, but it's just the little like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can see even on this that there's a little,
open up
yeah, it's just a laptop, one of my laptop things. So yeah,
okay. So configure AI. Okay. So, connected AI things. Add a new one, written column, all the choice of yeah. So your connections open.
So we've got a connection. So how Sam would have added this is if he goes on to connect.
Right. I mean, do I click anyway?
Yeah, click it anyway.
Okay.
And you can continue to open router and then connect your account. However, I did this in advance for him so that we wouldn't need to share any personal details on stream.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay. Do I just go off this?
Yes. So if you go onto novels.
Okay. Novels.
You now see
Dogs in Chaos.
You've got a novel in your novel library.
Oh, yay. My first novel.
Your first novel. It's here. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can click on that.
Yeah.
And if you want to, as well as going to chat, you can also click the chat button in the top bar.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, Kat and Mari. Absolutely going to have a happy ending. Because if so, he doesn't get his payment for helping me on stream, which is lots of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I have a happy ending plan. Don't worry.
Okay, so with chat.
So this is different to what it was before.
A little bit, yes. So we've in the prompt rewrite, we move things from being up in the top bar. I should probably like just rather than pointing on the screen to being here at the bottom. So you've got where you put your message. You've got context. So in this, you might be like, okay, well, I want to add my story premise your to the context so it knows about it. So click on context.
Right. So it wouldn't know that without that.
No. So you have to add things and tell the AI. It doesn't like take everything from your codex. Otherwise, it might be like
with this,
using everything.
We were talking a minute ago about adding the AI, but is that already done?
Yes.
Okay.
We've already connected.
Because I know it was already connected to OpenRouter. I didn't know if that was a different thing.
No, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, so OpenRouter is an AI vendor, which allows you to use different AI models.
Right. So have you already set all of that?
I've already set that up.
So normally you would do that, and then you would
be able to do this.
To add your AI things. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so context. So I mean snippets, story idea.
Yes.
Or do I want?
Yeah, no, because you want to add your story idea.
Okay.
I'm just gonna borrow this a sec.
Yeah.
Just. Okay. I was just.
Yeah, no, we're all good.
Checking on the messages. Dang, I had my pitchfork ready.
Don't worry. I didn't do that.
So if you want, so if we had more prompts and stuff, you could go on the sparkle icon.
Okay.
Do you want to click on that?
What, that little thing? Okay.
And that allows you to change the prompt.
Okay.
But that's fine. We don't need to worry about that.
I mean, there's so many things there, but
there's 3 prompts, and then there's different models.
Yeah.
If you click on the next to it, the general chat,
Yeah.
you can see different models that you have access to.
Okay.
So
also, for context, I'm like a complete AI noob. I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't use ChatGPT or anything. Like he's.
Yeah. Apart from what I've heard you talk about, which is just comparisons of things, I wouldn't know what does what or what is best. But
so
I just trust you for that.
Oh well. Feel free to pick any model you want. To be fair,
I mean, I'll just, what would you have a recommendation?
So I would recommend. Okay, if you scroll down.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, hopefully this is helpful to people. I don't know.
Yeah, so it depends on what you want. So there are some. There's obviously the anthropic models. There's not safe for work, but this is a puppet story.
Yeah.
It's very safe for work.
It is.
But if you go back up, there's popular models.
Right.
So my personal preference is usually like Gemini or Sonnet,
right.
Claude.
Okay.
So, I would say go with like Claude 3.5 or 3.7.
Okay.
Either of those.
Doesn't matter which one.
The higher number's newer.
Sure, let's go with
There's
that.
also a Claude 4. But
okay.
yeah, you can also stick with the default for starting.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I'm not asking much of it.
No. So you could, but it's fine regardless. Okay.
Any codex entries you mentioned will be included in the context.
So say if you said, I'm writing a story about Sammy and Katie.
Okay.
Then our codex entries would come up.
Know that.
It would know it because we've mentioned the codex entry.
Okay. Yeah. So like the snippet thing you have to add, but this is...
Okay. But codex entries...
Okay. So ask any question. Does it have to be a question or can it just be like a statement?
You can have
it says a question.
Well, I mean, what is your statement? Yeah.
Okay, ask any... I mean, to be fair, it probably will be a question.
Yeah, because it's like... So chat is like a conversation.
Yeah.
So you can give it a statement, but if you just told me a statement like, I like dogs, you'd be like, cool, what am I doing with that information?
Okay.
That kind of vibe.
Let's say... ask any... Let's say... can you... give me... I don't know. Should we go 3 different dog breeds?
So now something you might want to do is, so we're obviously UK based.
Right.
So you might want them to be breeds that are common in the UK.
Okay.
Because, to make these things, we're trying to like tweak the answer just to make it a bit more what we want. You might also want to consider like, if you want to pick things, statement, I want the story about doggos. Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
You might be like, okay, well, maybe if I get it to suggest more, I might pick out the 3 that I want from that list. Yeah. That's another,
Okay.
And you might be like, if you wanted like characteristics, because this is dogs and chaos, you might want to put that in your answer as well, if you were looking for a certain kind of dog that had a certain characteristic.
So this AI, if I asked it to give me dogs like that have different like general personalities, it would like know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if I say, can you give me 3, let's say, can you give me 3 British dog breeds? Oh, let's change it to 5.
Yeah.
British dog breeds.
And then you could just say, I want them to,
with different personalities. Or like temperaments or whatever.
Yeah, temperaments. Yeah, I think it'll understand that.
Okay. Enter.
To stop accidental enters, which I know happens with me a lot, you do control enter to send, or you can just press send.
Okay, so enter just does a new line.
Yeah, enter just does a new line. Enter and shift enter both do new lines.
Okay, so send.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, here we go. Okay, and it has mentioned our story. That's cool. Okay, border collie, intelligent and intensely focused.
So you might wonder why Kate and Sammy have been mentioned, even though we didn't mention them in the question. But they're mentioned in the snippet, which is in the context. Okay. Yes. So it's then got that.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about the context, if you click on general chat.
Okay. What? Just pick
and then tweak and generate.
Okay.
And then preview.
We're getting deep now.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. And you see, look, you can see here all the different entries that have been included in the context. Okay. Just so you have an idea of where you're up to. And like if you're referencing a story or other things, it has,
Okay.
And stuff,
That's good to know. Fun. It's helpful that like it knows things just by putting the words in, like without me having to say reference this or
Yeah.
reference that.
Exactly. It kind of like has the context, but you have to still tell it because otherwise.
Yeah. But like,
you
I mean,
end up with
I wrote
everything.
that snippet before I did all this, and it's automatically connected. To what
Connect.
this is happening.
Exactly. That's the beauty of mentions.
Yeah. Okay. So, Staffordshire Bull Terrier, Stuffies, tenacious and incredibly loving.
You missed the Border Collie.
No, I started.
Oh,
with
you started
I heard
that. Okay,
first.
sorry.
Don't worry. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Jack Russell Terrier, English Bulldog. Okay. I mean, laid back, affectionate, and somewhat lazy.
I mean,
That sounds like me.
Maybe it ends up with one dog being like you, one dog being like me, and then one dog in between.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe you could say which dogs match, in general, match the personalities of Kate and Sammy.
Yeah.
You could just ask that as a follow-up question.
Yeah. Okay. Which do I have to say of these?
Well, you can say of these, or if you wanted to be any dog.
Yeah.
You could just say which dog breed.
Let's match. Personalities. Okay. Oh. Control enter. There we go. I remember things. Okay. Chaotic energy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also going to say we used to have a border collie called Sam as a child.
Oh yeah.
So you know.
Enthusiastic, unpredictable, case really brings to the home. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, tailor-made English Bulldog, just like I said.
Perfect for someone allergic to slight F.
Yeah. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, low maintenance, acceptable, smaller spaces. Okay, and then it's sort of done a best of both.
Yeah, it's saying that like for their home situation.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Would you like me to explore? Okay, so then it suggests might stiffly application size in your story. I mean, I already like this. That I feel like it's shaping the story, and that I could say like, well, we try because the idea for my story, if I had not really said, is we're gonna almost like Goldilocks style. We're gonna sample different dogs
and see which fits us.
Yeah.
So maybe the Border Collie or the Jack Russell's like just causes chaos.
Yeah.
The English Bulldog is like stubborn and doesn't like
want to do anything,
or like sits on the bed and doesn't leave, and so you can't get into bed and you're upset. No bed.
I like bed.
Yeah, the Bulldog's competing with you for bed.
And then maybe the King Charles Spaniel is the perfect the dog for us both in the end. So
maybe. Okay. So we can work with that.
Yeah.
So should we make some codex entries for them?
Sure. I'm just looking down here because it's saying I've done 4 out of 5 things. We do like a
spaniel. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
my cousin has a Cavalier.
Is that what?
That's what Bernard is. Yeah.
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
Okay, so then the summarizing a scene.
Yeah. So we'll have to write a scene.
Yeah, we don't have a scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So you were saying about.
Yeah, I'm wondering here if extract might work. Well, no, I suppose we're kind of wanting different things. So maybe if you go on new entry, you could always do some characters of dogs.
Okay. So new codex entry.
Yeah, new codex entry.
Okay.
Character. Yeah, because they're going to have personalities.
Yeah.
Now, we probably need to give names.
Yeah.
So either we could name them or we could ask AI to suggest some names.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we need to call the King Charles Spaniel Bertie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we start with Bertie.
Okay, Bertie. Okay. I guess, Bertram is its full name.
Bertram.
Spell. Bertram.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So description.
So King Charles. Yeah.
Cavalier King.
Chaffress.
Charles Spaniel.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really need to describe it because it knows what it is. I was going to say small, cute, and fluffy, but it knows what it is.
Hey, I mean, you can still put that.
Small, cute, and fluffy. Or maybe if I do like. This is just me being.
That's okay. This is how you use Novelcrafter. We're all getting to see this.
Okay.
Lovable, small, cute, and fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a question something I've vaguely heard you mention before in terms of AI is that it if you give it some information, it will like you don't want to give it spoilers because it will bring them up too soon.
Yes.
So do I want to not tell it
Yeah.
that this is our
So don't
dog
tell
of
it.
choice?
Don't tell it that it's the dog of choice.
Okay.
Because we can also guide the AI in the story, but we don't want to give it any
Yeah, we don't
inklings
want
yet.
to tell it. That
Yeah.
it's- Okay, that's cool. So we'll do that for now.
Yep.
I mean, is it worth doing these kind of things?
No,
Or
I think
know?
it'll just know.
I
We
guess
could
there's
also,
so few characters.
an idea, if you go to add tags and labels.
Yeah.
Now, these are a human organization thing, but you could put dog
Okay.
in there.
When you say human organization thing.
As in us, not the AI.
Yeah.
Like the AI doesn't see this.
I was like, these aren't humans, they're dogs.
No, we
Yeah.
are
Us,
humans,
like,
yes.
not
Us,
them.
not
Yeah.
them, yeah.
So I can tell this that this is a dog.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
you add it, and you can see that.
Yeah.
We get a dog.
It's a dog. Yeah. Do I need to tell it that we are people?
No,
Okay.
no, but this is just for us to organise.
Yeah.
Like, say we had a big story with like loads of characters,
Right.
you might want to distinguish which is a dog and which is.
Why has that got that?
That's because you've got nested entries.
Okay.
Slight F.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And you've not.
Yeah.
And you've got Sammy, but I guess that's a
but like
character rather
Sammy
than a
is,
lot.
and I think like the thing is like you added slight F because when you're mentioned, slight F is associated with you, whereas obviously we're integral to each other's lives.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
when someone mentions me, they're not necessarily always going to mention you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and vice versa.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Show him the note field.
So if you go into
What is
research,
this note field? Thanks, cat.
yeah. So stay on your codex entry.
Stay on my codex entry.
Go into research.
Research.
And then you can also add notes if you say were making like an epic story and you didn't want the AI to see anything,
Okay.
or you wanted to put the spoilers. So say for Bertie, you might be
Right,
like,
okay.
here.
So let's see. The perfect
Papa.
pupper for both and hits.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Oh wait, if you go back on yourself,
Right.
and details, you can see that Sam is not there. So we need to click and you need to add Sam because it didn't on the thing. It didn't highlight.
Because I didn't add
Yeah, so
that
it
as a-
doesn't, not that it knows, but it's always good practice.
Okay. So what? I've added Sam there.
Yeah.
So now it should know there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So something that's kind of cool, if you go on to Sammy
Yes.
and then go on to mentions,
Right.
you can now see everywhere that Sammy is mentioned. So
Ooh,
codex,
yeah.
you can see that we're mentioned in here, and the
Yes.
notes of
And
Bertie,
there.
and snippets, you
Yeah.
can see there. And in chats, you can see everywhere that
okay.
Sammy is mentioned.
Cool. That's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. So you can see.
And like also in the manuscript and summaries, you can see when codex entries are mentioned.
So when we've actually written something.
Yeah, when we've actually written something.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's add the other two dogs, and then
Yes.
we'll actually get into
Okay,
writing something.
yes.
Yes.
So, okay, I have a question.
Yes.
So if we want to like AI to help us name our dogs,
Yes.
can we do that in the character builder, or do we need
No,
to do
so
that
we have
here?
to do that in chat.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, should we ask chat to
Yeah.
name our dogs?
Yeah,
No, like actual chat.
yeah. So you can ask, chat
No,
here.
people
Oh,
in
this
chat,
people
yeah.
in chat. Can you give us names for the Border Collie and the English Bulldog, please?
Okay, dog.
We could put a placeholder of like Collie
Yeah.
or, but
Let's see. Well, let's go. A border collie. Chaotic.
how about the Border Collie? The issue with it was that it was always trying to like corral us and get us like to do stuff,
Right.
and you were allergic to that as slight F.
That is,
So it's
okay.
trying to like herd us.
Yeah. Okay.
So you
Okay.
could say enjoys like herding humans together.
Okay. Let's see. Tries to herd a cage into slight F.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Real Cat says I'm a fan of calling dogs normal human names, so no real help here.
fair,
we have Bertram.
Yeah.
Bertie is the name we would actually give our dog. So
Right. Okay. Let's see if we don't have an inventory.
except if you want
we could call it Colin the Collie.
Colin the Collie, yeah.
Polo Laura.
Or oh my god, Broccoli the Collie. Yeah.
Broccoli.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Does it 2 C's or 2 L's?
Two C's.
Or both?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Yeah, that'll do.
broccoli.
Okay,
2
I
C's,
know
1
how
I.
to spell.
Okay, broccoli the collie.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I can give it.
An alias of collie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Then I was like, I'm going to end up calling it Brock, aren't I? But that's.
Okay, you could call it Brock. Yeah, you can have Brock as well.
Brock. I mean, yeah. With
Yeah.
a K,
Because it's Brock.
Brock.
Okay, and now let's do the English bulldog.
So it's a dog. English bulldog.
Likes to
stubborn.
Likes to sit on Sam's side of the bed and sofa.
Likes to occupy Sam's side of bed and sofa.
I feel at this point we need to have an object of bed so they know why it's so important.
Yeah, bed is a thing.
Yeah.
Bed forever.
Okay, so so the dog's name of an English bulldog. I mean,
I want to call it Bill.
Okay.
It just feels like a very British name.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go Winston, but Bill, I can get behind.
Yeah.
I can get behind Bill.
Bill or Winston.
Or William.
Oh my God, Sir Sittington.
Oh my God, yes.
That's an amazing
Okay,
name.
let's call him Sir Sittington.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you, Cat.
Thank you, Cat, the real cat.
Okay, Sir, not the fake cat.
No.
Yeah.
Sir Sittington the third.
Sir Sittington. No, this is the first Sir Sittington.
Okay, this is Sir Sittington.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't had any more yet.
Well, we're adopting, so maybe he was.
That is true. Okay. Let's call it Sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sit.
Sit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we were going to add bed. Law? I guess bed is law.
Or it could be an object.
Ooh, it could be both.
Yeah.
It could be both.
So these are, if you're so you want to go to new entry.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine if you just.
Yeah. New entry. Okay. Object/item.
I mean, it could be classed as law. To be fair, this is one of the cases where bed could be classed as law.
Yeah.
I
mean,
you don't really need an alias for bed.
Bed is forever.
You might want to put forever, or have forever as a codex entry.
We're getting meta now.
We're getting meta, yeah. Add that it's Sammy's favorite place.
Okay,
because
let's go with that. Yeah, bed is Sammy's favorite place. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to do. I was like, do I need to do any more connecting of things?
No, I think that's
I don't
fine.
really need to. It's all good.
I think what might also be good is we've not really spoken about what the not the genre, but what the target audience and what your aim for this book is. Like,
right.
I mean, I'm going to assume it's not a gritty thriller.
No, it's not a gritty thriller. How did you guess? No, this is a light-hearted, whimsical. Yeah, probably like I don't know.
So let's make a genre entry then.
Yeah.
So if you go onto new entry,
like almost children appropriate, family friendly. New entry. What?
Yes.
Just in codex.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then go down to the very bottom.
Add a dog toy. Ooh.
The bird who leaves on Sammy's side of the bed.
Oh my God. Totally. So what do you say?
Story genre.
Story genre.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't need to name that. It's already story genre.
Oh, okay, so that is what it is.
Yeah, you want to put in the description.
About what the genre is.
Yeah, so I always find it helps with genres, like not just to put children's story, but like to put the vibes.
Right.
And maybe like because obviously children's reading books are so different in age.
Yeah.
Put the target age as well of reading and stuff like that. Like, and the more details you can give, the better it will help.
Right. Okay. And this is something that so on its own.
Oh,
it's so cute.
That is very cute.
Amazing. This is something where if I mention the AI will know this context if I use it.
Yes, because as well, story genre is a global codex entry, so it means any message you send, it will be included. Okay. So the AI has context to your story in chat, in summarizing, etc. Yeah. So it can kind of focus on what is the most important.
Let's see. Family friendly, whimsical. I can just use keywords, right? I don't need to write sentences. No. Family friendly, whimsical. Does family friendly cut it in terms of age appropriate? Would it understand that?
I think kind of if you're going, because you were thinking more of a story for 5 to 8 year olds, because we're thinking also about the prose output, like how it's going to write it and structure it. So I think you might want to go children's story.
Okay.
Because like family friendly, I feel means like PG, like it's the content rather than the actual story.
Okay. Children's story.
Yeah.
So
maybe put
like an age.
Put like target age. What do you want?
I don't know. I mean,
6-year-olds.
Yeah, I don't really know what ages of kids are
Put
what.
6.
But
I think 6 is kind of what you're going for, like 5 or 6.
Target age 6-ish. I don't want that to mess things up. I don't know if I'll understand 6-ish. Okay. What's all this stuff?
So research was your notes.
Yeah, relations. So I guess I don't really need to do this because this is already related to everything.
Yep.
Okay.
So should we try and write some prose?
Yeah, let's try and write some prose. I mean, do we want any other locations? Like, I
think we can
make that. Yeah. Okay.
And AI will have the concept of like an adoption center or whatever, or a farm or.
Right. Okay. So I guess I go to write.
Indeed, you do. Yes.
Is this just like the view thing?
Yeah. So plan allows you to view all your different scenes.
So okay.
But when you
but
you might as well go to write. Yeah, or create first scene.
Is that the same as that?
Yeah. And then you want to like go into the scene. So that has the scene summary, add summary.
Right.
So if you click on the little pen icons.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, then
that then takes you into the right.
Anyway. Okay, yeah. So it's all.
And then this, if you look here at the side, that is where the summary that you would have seen in plan is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Okay. So we're going to start writing.
Okay.
So to start writing with AI, you want to type in the / for commands.
The commands.
And scene beat.
Okay. New scene beat. Continue writing scene beat. Okay.
And so now you can start typing your instructions for how you want this scene to open.
Okay. I'm guessing like the commands thing would be more complicated stuff if I wanted to do more stuff.
There's other commands like if you want to make a section or do different things. Like it's just kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's just the default text that comes in the box.
Okay. And this is like the length and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you just leave that be?
Well, you can choose. Like, it depends on how much of a beat you want and how long you think it's going to be.
Okay.
Especially if it's like a children's book. It may be that you write stuff and you're like, okay, well, I want 50 words on this.
Right. Okay.
Could be.
I mean, not going to lie, I can't really picture in my head how many words is an amount of
stuff.
Like.
Well, that's fine. Well, we're just trying things out.
Oh, yeah,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. So I just write what I want it to.
Yeah, what you want it to write.
Okay, and it will expand on it.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Kate has been. Can't type. Pestering. No point of view set. Blah,
so you
blah,
can, you can do that in a moment.
Yeah,
we'll write this
first.
first. Yeah.
Kate has been pestering Sam for a dog.
He finally gives in.
And he has finally agreed to a trial. Let's say, to... See, that makes sense. Has finally agreed to a trial run. Okay. Let's see. They go to an adoption center.
Yeah. So Kat was saying here, for the concept of different places, the AI knows. They normally only add new codex entries for places they want to define specific things about. So if you have no preferences, then it's fine. Yeah.
So if it's not like a fixed setting,
exactly,
it'll know what a general place is. They go to an adoption center to learn. Let's see. To learn more and see what dogs are available.
So at this point, you might be like, oh, okay, I want to add some context.
Right, okay.
Because you've not mentioned the dogs there. In the sense of like, it has no idea.
Those dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't automatically know.
No, because it'll know that Kate and Sam are there.
Right.
But it has no context of the dogs because they're not global entries.
Right, okay.
So it might be that you want to add those so the AI knows about them.
Okay.
So you can go to plus context.
Yeah. So just because I've got that idea in my head of like, I was like, I know that I want it to, we want to try these other 2 dogs first and end up with Bertie. So
so it could be that you put the other 2 dogs in.
Tell it that we.
Well, you could say for context, just add Sir Sittington and Broccoli and not mention Bertie.
Right. Okay. See what dogs are available. So that would go in context, right? Okay. Codex entries?
Yes.
Right, okay. So not Bertie, Broccoli, and Sir Sittington. Well, do we want to have one at a time? I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, because we're learning about the
time.
dogs. We're not necessarily. Okay. So now you might want to add a point of view. So you can go to edit novel point of view.
Okay. This is where my knowledge of English
so third person, leave that. That's fine. That's quite standard.
Yeah, there.
I mean, I kind of imagine that this is from your point of view more than mine. Yeah.
I guess because I'm the narrator.
Or it would be like an omniscient, but I feel like for ease.
So it's like first person is me.
Yeah. Well, so the first person is like me, I. Right, and then third person is like he, she, but from your perspective.
Right.
So it depends on whether you would want it to be first person or
person.
Like you, like cooking books.
Right, okay.
Or
so third person limited is...
That's where it's more like in your head, like it's very tightly only the things you see and experience. Okay. Whereas omniscient is where it's like detached third person, so it's not attached to a character.
So if this is third person of me, so it's like third person focused on me. Okay. We're learning about writing as well as Novelcrafter today. Who am I again? Sammy.
No, you're Sir Sittington.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Okay. Save. Okay. Should we just go for it?
Yeah. So, I mean, you can. Do you want to just stay with the model they've got there?
Yeah, sure. We'll see what that is. It doesn't matter that we use a different one for different things.
No. You can use...
as in, because I've already done a chat with Claude.
It doesn't know about that chat.
Okay.
So the chats are completely siloed. So if you wanted to add stuff from that chat, you could make it into a snippet.
So it's
and
not
add it
that
to the context.
By making it the same one, it would.
No.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So is that enough? Can I go?
Yeah.
Do I just click?
Yeah, just click go.
Click go. Okay, and we're going to find out how much fun the words is.
Yeah, I agree. I think most children's books are third person omni, but we're just making this story, you know.
I mean, I can see how it reads and. Okay, so this is like the AI writing stuff, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, story from the dog's POV.
I mean, we will at some point. We'll do a side story
at the end when the story is finished, like bonus
POV, chapter. Yeah.
POV,
oh yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Do I read this out loud or?
I mean, you can just read it in your head. We can read it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just like getting an idea of what it can generate.
That does sound like you.
My eyes sparkle like the sun.
Yeah.
With a reluctant sigh, Sammy pushed through the door.
Yes, a cacophony. I feel like that's an AI.
Yeah, probably.
Calling to expel or proof of and doing this, I have to avoid any slight effort. Yeah, hey.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Sounds good.
He seems relaxed. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean, that is, yeah. So if you're like, okay, I want to keep this, you can click apply.
Right.
At the top.
Okay. A retry would just do it again. But differently.
And discard would get rid of it all. You can also put it in a section. So if you wanted to like make multiple options and keep them all, but then it makes it like a folder.
Right,
so
So if I just did retry, it would get rid of this. Like I couldn't go back to this one.
So you'd want to section it and then try again.
So just out of curiosity, should I do this? Just because I want to see what happens. So if I do section,
and then if you go up to top,
that saves it as like a thing. See, what's this now? Like rephrase?
So you can click and you can apply some text replacement prompts.
Okay.
So you can rephrase everything or shorten it or expand it.
Yeah.
But if you scroll to the top.
I mean, I do quite like this, but I just want to see what happens.
You can, so we just click off.
Just click anyway.
You can see it's got the model name written there.
Yeah.
And you've got the little arrow, so you can collapse and
okay, that gets rid of it. Okay.
It doesn't it hides it.
Yeah, okay.
And then the 3 dots are the action menu.
Right.
And you can change the colour of it.
Okay.
And just copy it. Yeah, you can just do different things. I'm just showing these. So we've only got like a minute or 2 left. So let's just have a little look and finish off your checklist and summarise the scene.
Yes. Okay.
So.
Right. So here's my summarise a scene. So I don't want to skip this step. I want to do that. So I guess I have to go to my scene.
Well, so you're in your scene.
I'm in my scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want me to type?
I mean, this is right? This is my scene summary.
So to generate a scene.
Okay. Oh, so this is an AI thing rather than me doing it manually thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So click actions.
Okay. Actions. Summarize scene.
Yes.
I am guessing.
And then you can pick a model. So try for a spin allows you to do like any of the models.
Oh my god!
So we only have some of them kind of listed.
Right. Okay.
And then the ones we recommend are at the top.
I mean, I guess I would use that because it's the same one that I use. Again, it doesn't really matter,
but it's also like a cheap model.
So this is just going to summarize.
Yeah. Sammy stands outside the adoption centre, feeling apprehensive as Kate admires the lively atmosphere. Inside, barking dogs fill the air, and Kate eagerly approaches a pen of playful puppies, captivating Sammy despite his reluctance. Sammy points out a relaxed bulldog named Sir Sittington, but Kate is enchanted by Broccoli, an energetic dog that nudges Sammy. As Kate plays with Broccoli, Sammy's heart softens and he can't help but smile at the chaos, acknowledging it might lead to more effort than expected. Which I feel is exactly right.
Yeah. I think it's done a pretty good job.
Yeah. So how was your experience with all this?
I think it went pretty well. It was fairly... I think if I didn't have you guiding me, it would be a bit more like overwhelming at first, just because there are a lot of tabs and a lot of things that I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, you
almost want like something to be pointing, like do this, do this. Yeah,
it is easy to use, and I mean, I'm not like a technophobe. I like to think that I could play around and figure things out on my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like sometimes as a noob, you almost want the tutorial to like take you to each step. So be like, I mean,
or to put big arrows.
I'm that person, like the video game analogy when I play games. Like I go for the middle. I don't go easy or hard mode. I go middle. Okay. So I like it to have that thing where it guides me towards what to do, but it doesn't
it doesn't like dictate everything.
Doesn't do everything for me. So it kind of leads me in the right direction. So yeah, I mean, let's say have you as a teacher. Like it is definitely easy to use once you know what you're doing.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting maybe to do another stream in a bit and see like you finish the story and kind of like with less guidance and kind of continue with things.
Yeah, I feel like it would be interesting for me to try with minimal input from you, like try and work things out on my own.
Yeah.
And then, if I really can't figure it out.
Yeah. But we can do a part 2 of this at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I know like something people often say if you're trying messing things, I mean, obviously it's just you're just writing stuff, but it's not like, I don't know, is there anything you could do that would wrong? Like you can't break it.
I mean, I guess the only thing you could do wrong is if you accidentally delete a novel.
Yeah. But it's not like just by messing around with the different functions, I wouldn't break it or anything.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, it's fun. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Does Sammy deserve a very meat-heavy dinner and some fudge that we've ordered? Does he deserve the fudge? Has he earned his keep for trying this, guys?
Yeah, hopefully it was at least vaguely helpful and interesting and followable.
Yeah. And now he's completed the tutorial.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. Woo woo.
Click finish tutorial. And you can see it then disappears from here so that it's not in the way and it's nice and done.
It's like, it's done.
Yeah. Okay.
I would happily come back and do stage 2.
Yeah, do you guys want him there? Gargantu says, every time you connect a new computer or additional computer in the same browser, it creates a new OpenRouter API key. You can edit. Oh, okay. Oh, is it a hint for people? You can edit them over an OpenRouter site to rename them to keep track. Yeah. I mean, I absolutely do that, like, with my different different tabs, because I have, like, my tutorial account, like my video recording account, and then I have my normal account where I'm doing everything on. But yeah, okay. So we're gonna head off here. It's been an hour. We are gonna go out for dinner now.
Get some food.
Yes. So have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. And Corey will be back. Woo! Woot woot.
Or will he?
Or will he? Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.